Good morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Wednesday yesterday. Today is Thursday, January 27th, 2022, and it is a day 3. Before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to participate in the Mindful Minute. So let's just notice the blessings that are happening right here, right now. So many things as we begin to notice with our eyes and our ears and our nose are happening, and we don't even realize they're happening because we're not really paying attention. And that's the same thing with our blessings. I mean, think about it. When I ask you to listen to the sounds around you, think about all the sounds that you pick up when you're finally paying attention. And that's a little reminder that a lot of blessings that can make our day right now, right here, that are happening at this moment. You just have to observe them. Okay, so let's use our eyes for a moment and just scan our environment and find something that catches your eyes, and then lock in and study it. Study its shape, identify what it is. Where is it in the room, for instance? Are there many colors or just one color? Are there different shades of a particular color, right? And just study it and realize that you are existing in that same space, okay? And then take a breath in with your nose and out, and think about what you are picking up with your sense of smell. And what does it make you think of, right? I've shared with you, sometimes smells make us think about different things. They might even take us back to a different time, right? So when you try to notice what smells there are in your environment, think about what it reminds you of. And then with your ears, just pause and listen, as I mentioned before. And once again, think about what sounds are happening that you're now picking up because you're paying attention. And then finally, with your skin and your sense of touch, what do you feel? Can you feel your clothing rubbing against your skin? For me, I still have my tie on from the day, and I can feel the collar around my neck. Okay. You can also notice the temperature. You can also notice if there's air brushing against you. Maybe there's air blowing. Maybe you're moving your hand and you can feel the air brushing against your skin. Okay. Now, we're going to move into the breathing part. And I'm going to use the smelling of the flower and the blowing of the candle. I encourage you to use whatever breathing technique has been working for you, including the one that Wesley shared with us last week, elevator breathing. Okay, so let's go ahead and settle our body. Notice that we exist. Notice how that chair or this couch of mine is holding me up. And let's go ahead and take that first breath in. Fill your belly full of air and slowly let it out through your mouth. You are now here. You are now arriving. The here and the now exists. This is the only moment. Go ahead and breathe in again. And even slower than last time, let it out through your mouth. Notice the warmth of the air coming out through your mouth. Breathe in again. Notice the coolness of that air filling your belly. And then out. And as you get into the rhythm of paying attention to your breath and anchoring in it, turn inward for a moment. Breathe in. Notice your body. Notice your toes, all 10 of them. Notice the bottom of your feet. Breathe out. And your ankles and your heels. Notice your knees. Notice your hips. Breathe in. Notice your lower back. Really pay attention to how your lower back feels. Breathe out. When was the last time you thought about your lower back? Pay attention to your belly. As you breathe in, that belly is being filled full of air. Feel that. And your chest, notice your chest and your shoulders and your upper back. Breathe out. And finally, think about what feelings you brought to school. Breathe in. Maybe you're tired. That's a feeling. Breathe out. Maybe you are angry or frustrated about something at home. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Maybe someone said something funny and you're still laughing about it. Breathe in. Notice how those feelings exist. Notice how those feelings make your body feel. Breathe out. Don't get too worried about what caused those feelings, but just simply notice that those feelings exist. Breathe in one more time. Let those feelings in. And when it is time, you can let those feelings out. Breathe out. In a moment, you will hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort where you're loved, where you're cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not, it's your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You can go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank you for joining me in the Mindful Minute. It is so nice to know that I'm not the only person who's actually experiencing this moment. It's so wonderful. So many blessings that are happening, and I just want to share it with other people. And the fact that so many of you kids and grown-ups are practicing the Mindful Minute, it allows me to realize that you too might be noticing some of those blessings. Now, we have 3 expectations here at the school. You know what they are. Number 1, be respectful to yourself as well as to others when your teacher's talking. Yeah, it's a simple thing, but I know it's hard to do. Get yourself at a level 0, right? And just listen. Use your 2 ears. We got to practice using them just a moment ago. Just listen. And when your teacher needs you to do something, do your best. Okay? And when it's your turn to talk, you deserve that same respect, and other people should be using their ears to listen to you as well. Okay? And remember, be respectful to yourself. Do the right thing when nobody else is looking, even when nobody else is looking. I know you'll do the right thing when people are watching you, especially people that matter or might be making sure that you're following the rules. But even if those people aren't around, when the door is closed, nobody else is in the room, are you going to do the right thing even when nobody else is looking? Okay? And also show that you're responsible. Responsible with yourself, your feet, your hands, the words that come out of your mouth, even in your head, how you think. If you believe you're a kid that's never going to learn and you're going to give up, guess what? That's not very responsible. I think you can be more responsible and believe in yourself, right? You want to be responsible with other things too, with pencils, with your homework, making sure you bring them in. Library books. If you haven't been bringing in overdue library books, isn't that the responsible thing to do, is to find it? Go find it, return it. I bet you Miss Showers or Miss Breeden will be thrilled to have that back, okay? So be responsible. And finally, show that you're ready to learn, ready for the day, right? Ready to eat in the cafeteria or to eat breakfast. I have to say, many of you guys did a great job yesterday at breakfast. You came in, you sat down where you needed to be seated. I didn't see anybody not, go past more than 4 kids at a bench. I saw that many of you guys picked up after yourself, and some of you even picked up after others. And that also, speaking of helping other people, I saw some of you guys at lunch. You guys, when somebody spilled, I saw people helping to clean up their mess, even though it wasn't yours. And even when you were putting your trays away at the window, some of you stayed back to help make sure those trays are stacked perfectly. And that also showed not just readiness to be in the cafeteria, but also responsibility and respect. So there's some great things going on. Every time I say that there's some great things going on, I hope you believe it, because I actually have some real stories that I've seen in the last 24 hours. All right, we have the character trait of the month in January. You already know it, is tolerance. And that is not just recognizing and tolerating each other's differences, but celebrating them and learning more about them in a respectful way. I look different than everybody else. You look different than everybody else. You think differently. You like different colors. You like different foods. That's one of my favorite things about Students of the Months that I share at the school board is, I can use the same 5 questions and you're going to give me so many different answers because you're truly that different, and we like to celebrate you, okay? And go let other people feel celebrated because they're different. And I hope people make you feel celebrated because you're different. And finally, you're different, and guess what? I love you just the way you are. That's my last message. I want you to hear this from somebody who loves you. I love you just the way you are. I love how you're growing. And guess what? There's a whole army of teachers and paras here at the school who also love you just the way you are. And your challenge today is to go find teachers and go find classmates and tell them you love them just the way they are. I hope that you were following my challenge recently to go find your teachers and tell them you love them just the way they are. But if you haven't done that yet, today is a perfect day to do it. All right, can't wait to see you guys around. Have an awesome Thursday.